right, Spencer, so we're out here at Palm Desert, the first stop along the JConcepts California tour. Technically it's day 2, so
yep.
Yeah, tell me about how your day's been going and what you've been up to.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the day. Right now it's about 4 o'clock. We kind of showed up here around 12, Palm Desert. We're out here for this weekend for the California tour, doing the Tots Race out here, which is going to be pretty nice. See a bunch of locals, have some fun, race it out. Yeah, today was just practice. We ran a few tanks throughout the day and they threw some water on the track. The weather out here is beautiful with the cool background with the mountains, and it's been pretty cool. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the day, finish off some good practice and get some dinner, and tomorrow I'll come back for the Toys for Tots.
Sounds good. Did you mention what tires you're running today?
Yeah, so we're out here running, these are green reflexes. We ran both green and blue reflexes today. Got my team associated whip all decked out. And yeah, it's been pretty good. Obviously, I think tomorrow we'll maybe do some more tire testing and talk with Ryan and Adam about maybe some things that we can try. But overall, it's been a pretty relaxing day, and looking forward to the weekend and racing it out.
Perfect. All right, we'll catch up with you some more tomorrow and see how it's going.
Thanks.
Ryan, so we just talked to Spencer a little bit about being out here at Palm Desert. Do you come out to this track a good bit? It's a little far for you though, right? So
yeah, it's like 4 hours from my house. I've been here before. It's been a while, probably, I don't know, 10 years probably since I've been here. But yeah, I've been here before. It's a cool place, kind of like what Spencer said. Mountains around here, you got shade basically all day long, which is pretty cool. The track's a lot of fun. It's not very big. It's a good size though. It's pretty manageable as far as just watering and turn marshals and stuff like that. So it's a good place to drive. So yeah, just out here running a Toys for Tots event this weekend. Doing some, we're gonna do a little testing and running at the Perris track where the Nitro Challenge is later on. So yeah, it's cool. Just come out and race and try some stuff, kind of get ready for the next year.
Are you doing the same thing tire-wise as Spencer, or are you trying anything different?
Yeah, these are just some green reflexes. I ran some blue reflexes, blue stalkers. We haven't really ventured too far away from the norm. It's pretty standard California dirt. You know, we can run a small pin when it's wet. When it's dry, maybe go to the stalker, a little bigger pin. So, and then yeah, we got hopefully some new cool stuff we can try later in the week, and hopefully kind of further our product line a little bit. I'm sure people are excited to see what we got coming. I'm excited to see. So yeah, should be fun.
So, just like we talked to Ryan Spencer about being out here in Palm Springs, well, you're from California, you don't live terribly far away, so tell us a little bit about these California tracks between Palm Springs, but even if you've been to the dirt in Perris.
Yeah, so I've been to all the tracks. I live about 40-45 minutes from the Palm Desert track here. We don't get a run out here a whole lot though, just because it's so hot most of the year, but this time of year it's perfect. The mountains behind us kind of block the pit area and you have shade most of the day. But it's pretty much just this time of year or leading up to DNC that we're able to come out here and run, but it's good to support this track and also an event like this for the kids, so it's pretty awesome.
Maybe run like a tank. And
nice. So this kind of coming weekend stuff will be good testing opportunity for DNC, because DNC will be at Joey's
Correct.
track.
Yeah. So the dirt in Perris is kind of the new home for DNC. We've had the event there twice, and then last year it was at Thunder Alley because of all the COVID restrictions. But now it kind of has a permanent home at the Perris track, so it'll be good to get out there with Spencer and Ryan and Jason and everyone and do a little bit of testing. It's also one of my local tracks, so I get to run there a bunch also, and should be fun to test with those guys and kind of prep for DNC.
Perfect. Well, thanks, and we'll check in some more tomorrow as racing goes along.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. Spencer, so it's actually race day now at Palm Desert. The morning's gone pretty well. Like, you TQ'd round 1.
Yep.
So tell us a little about your runs today and maybe update us on what tires you've been running.
Yeah, this morning went pretty good. We started off running green reflexes. The track was actually a lot different for this morning run than it was yesterday, all day through practice, which is typically kind of normal, and it's never the same when you go there on the track. But yeah, today's event's been going pretty good. We only had you know, a decent entry amount here, so we're like up every couple of hours, which is kind of nice. Today's tires that we're running is basically the same. Round 2, Ryan ended up getting the TQ overall, so I'll start second in the main. We ran blue stalkers in that one. For the main, the sun's going down, so I'm kind of timing it. I think I'm gonna go back to my green reflexes for the main event. It's a 25-minute main. But yeah, overall it's been pretty fun. It's been nice to see and catch up from everyone here locally and see the different conditions of the track out here in California. I personally never raced here before, so it's been a little bit nice experience to use hopefully down the road, and it's been pretty fun. I'm having a blast.
Awesome. All right, well, good luck in the main.
Yeah, thanks.
So we just did both rounds of qualifying, and now we're about to get ready for the main event. Tell us about how your day's been going, tires you're running.
First round I ran green reflex, which was maybe a little bit soft. We ended up having a dry track. I was expecting to get water, but kind of all of us were in the same boat. I think we all went out on something a little bit too soft. Qualifying was super close in round 1. We all kind of traded mistakes. And then round 2, I switched to blue stalker, and I think that was a much better choice for the conditions. I ended up getting second in round 2, but overall I start 6th for the final.
Nice. All right, well, good luck to you in the main.
Thank you.
So we're about to go into the main. Your overall TQ right now, you're able to run a faster time than Spencer, so that gave you your overall. Tell us about how you're feeling today and how's the main gonna go.
Yeah, car's good. We got here early this morning. Didn't really practice, just kind of watched the track a little bit. So we all decided to go out on a green reflex, and my initial feeling was they were just kind of too soft. The track changed a little bit overnight, so had a lot of marshals in the round 1. I think I got a 4th or so. And then round 2, made some shock adjustments and went to a blue stalker, and the car was a lot easier to drive. From practice yesterday to today, the track's like a little more edgy, a little harder to get around. Yesterday you could drive super hard and aggressive, and today you kind of gotta like babysit a little more. So, but yeah, I put in a semi-clean run in round 2, went a little faster than Spencer did in round 1, so started on the pole for the main, and yeah, the main should be fun. Just get a clean start, and it's 25 minutes. That's a lot of laps on this little track, so we'll just try to eliminate the mistakes and have some clean pit stops and battle it to the end.
And what's next for you on the JConcepts Tour? Are you going home for a bit and coming back out, or are you staying out?
I think we're going to run tomorrow at Perris, Joey Christensen's track, where the Nitro Challenge is. That's on Sunday, and then I'm going to go home Sunday night or Monday, and then bring the family back out Wednesday to run at Joey's track again, and then go down to San Diego to do the SDRC race. So. And then my wife and 2 kids will be in San Diego as well. My father-in-law lives there, so they'll hang out there. Maybe they can come down to the SDRC track and hang out. So yeah, just a kind of fun race trip here. We are using this time to kind of test some stuff and get prepared for next year and do a little racing at the same time, so it's cool.
JConcepts rubber, that's Ryan Maifield. We got little buddy Spencer. Oh, Maifield going to take a tumble through the whoops. Going to give up 2 spots there and make it 1 as he gets back by Westergaard. The best in the world, both of them with the World Championship under their belt, both of them with 6 World Championships. Rivkin and Maifield, Maifield is there.
And Spencer, so Ryan almost a lap on Drake, and Drake almost a lap on Spencer. So nothing really going on in the top 3. Final round of pit stops. Turn left.
6. Oh, Hannah behind you there. 3.5 minutes to go. And Steve will have second coming up on you, Steve. Final 3 minutes of this one, wrapping things up for the day. Once again, thanks to everybody for coming out. Thanks to Perris Rogers, Jeff Ewing, Anthony Westergaard, Ashley Westergaard, Mason Westergaard. Thanks to everybody here at Palm Desert Raceway. Get back to those less fortunate. 2.5 to go, drivers. 2.5 to go.
Westergaard's going to make it, and Mayfield's going to make it. And that is time. Finish the lap you are on. Perris down top 5. Rivkin done with 3rd on the podium. So Spencer, head on over to the podium. Walker down with the 6th. Adam coming by for the 2nd spot. So Adam will head over to the podium. And here is the winner, Ryan Maifield in the Mugen. Taking the win of that expert nitro button event. So Maifield and Drake, a couple Mugens, 1-2 with the associated of Rivkin. Top 3 go to JC. And that is a race. Westergaard will get 4 here.
All right, we're out here today. It's Sunday, December 5th. We're out here at the Dirt in Perris, California. This is Joey Christensen's track out here. This is where the Dirt Nitro Challenge is going to be this year. And we just got a fresh coat of water here on the track. I mean, it's a big job, big track, 4 hoses out here. And we got Ryan Maifield, Spencer Rivkin, Adam Drake, Ronda Drake racing out here today and just doing some practice. And getting the cars dialed in, trying a bunch of different tires, and we'll check in with the guys here and girls and see how things are going and see how we're doing today with JConcepts. right, getting towards the end of the day here out at the dirt. And we got Ryan out on the track a bunch of times. We got Adam out there. We got Spencer out there a bunch too. And just trying to go through the tires, just trying to get a feel for the big track here. It's a lot bigger track than where we were at Palm Desert. So it's been a good day, and just kind of hoping for a little more tomorrow and the next day. And then we're going to kind of build up to the club race on Wednesday, which will be at night with a water track. So it should be a good day. And we'll see you later. All right, Spencer, we're out here at the dirt. Talk to us about today. You did a little car maintenance and then got out there on the track. What's going on?
Yeah, showed up today or this morning. Kind of did a full kind of breakdown of my car. Was able to kind of do a full prep, new bearings, check out the hinge pins, redo all the diffs and all that stuff. It was nice. It was a good little wrenching session. Got here at 8, didn't get on the track till 2, but the car needed it, and yeah, threw my car out there on the track from running Sunday night here, or excuse me, Saturday night here, and it's been pretty fun. The track size from running at Palm Desert is extremely different. This track's, we're in the 40 seconds, or sub 39s, and it's a much different feeling, and I'm glad that we're able to come out here and do some practice.
So you cycled through a couple tires today. As far as just tread patterns out here, what's kind of going on with the treads being out here versus Palm Desert?
Yeah, well, with Palm Desert being a little bit of a smaller track, the track actually had a little bit more of a groove, so I preferred the reflexes there. I know Ryan actually ended up winning on the stalker. Here, with it being a much larger track, there's a lot more kitty litter around the track. I actually preferred the stalker tire. Green or blue, depending on just when the sun's out, the shades, and how much moisture is in the track. That's kind of the determining factor. But we ran all kinds of stuff. We ran reflexes, which also felt really good. We ran hybrids, we ran stalkers, and surprisingly, going out there kind of with a blind eye, it's, you know, I wouldn't really notice it until someone told me, but the stalker seemed to be the best.
All right, well, we'll be out here again tomorrow. We're kind of winding up the day. We're just going to check in with everybody. We got a little video on the track of everybody too, so I give a little everybody what's going on here and kind of the difficulty of this track versus just running at Palm Desert. So we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're out here at the dirt. Once again, kind of completely different track than being at Palm Desert. So talk to us about kind of getting out on the track late last night. You guys rushed from getting out of Palm Desert all the way over here to the dirt. You got a little bit of time in under the lights, and now here today we've been here all day and just kind of bashing the cars. And I mean, we've been through some stuff and just running tires. What's going on?
Yeah, we obviously went to Palm Desert, ran a Toys for Tots race there, got done at like 3:30 or so yesterday afternoon, and this place was closing down at 7, so it was about an hour and 20-minute drive. So we packed up, hauled ass over here. Got here, got to run for like an hour and a half or so, and it was quite the experience going from the small Palm Desert track to this massive dirt track. The cars looked really small. It was kind of difficult to adjust, and so then yeah, today we just ran all day. Ran through a lot of tire combos out there, ran through some engine stuff, played with some gearing, some shocks, some different front end geometry on my car. So yeah, it's cool to just kind of go back and forth to a couple of these tracks and drive on different stuff. The Southern California has 3 or 4 tracks within an hour and a half of each other, so you can come out here and do a little tour and run on multiple tracks and learn a lot. So yeah, we ran through a bunch of stalkers in a bunch of different compounds, some reflexes, hybrids, Cosmos. We kind of ran everything. So it was, the good and bad thing is everything worked really well, and there wasn't like a huge difference between all of them. But that's a good thing. It's nice to have a lot of tires at work. So just now we're kind of finishing up the day, prepping some things for the rest of the week, and we'll keep on trucking.
All right, well, thanks, and we'll see you when you come back here on Wednesday. We're going to try to run a club race here, and under the lights, it'll probably be a little wetter, but should be kind of fun. And then we're going to head another south to San Diego, so we'll see you then.
Yep.
All right, we're back out here at the dirt today. It's a Tuesday, December 6th, and getting some more track time here in. Track's a little watered here this morning. We got Ronda Drake here running here behind us. She's coming into the pits, but we're just kind of getting another day started, trying to see what's going on, see if it changes at all. Track's getting bumpier, and we're doing a little more tire testing here and there, and trying to just keep up with the times of what's changing every day. So we'll check in here with Spencer and Adam Drake and Ronda here as the day kind of progresses. All right, Adam, we're out here at the dirt. We've already talked with Ryan and Spencer, and we did a little practice out here. A little different track than running at Palm Desert. Talk to us about what we did yesterday, and kind of what you're learning on this track, and what you do yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday was a really good day. We got to run all day in quite a few different conditions, both wet and dry track. The track kind of changed and developed throughout the day. It started out really smooth, and you pretty much could just go, full punch as hard as you wanted. By the end of the day, with all the other people practicing, it started to get a little bit of character, and it was a good day. We got to try a bunch of different tires, play a little bit with compounds, also with glued inserts for standard, and yeah, just kind of a shakedown here running on a big high-speed track at the dirt.
All right, well, thanks. We got a little action of you driving out there, so we're gonna go in, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna do a little running and kind of do the same thing, and then we'll kind of work our way into getting a little later at night and then running out a club race, but just kind of moving along here throughout the trip. And thanks, and we'll see you out there tomorrow.
Sounds good, thanks.
Talk to us about your day, and you ran quite a bit of fuel through the car today, and talk to us about being out there for these long stints and just kind of getting into the feel of the track.
So with the DNC coming up, I want to get as much track time here as possible, and whether the track's watered, whether the track's dry, whether it's night or day. So we're just trying different tires and different, like shocks and stuff like that, and it's been pretty productive. Because the track constantly changes, it never stays the same, it gets rutted, and it's definitely getting rougher the more we run on it and everything. So I would say it was a pretty productive day today.
Yeah, watching you out there, you're getting these long stints. Talk to us about being out there for an extended amount of time. You said you did a 57-minute stint on the track, so tell us about that.
So yeah, yesterday I think I was up there for almost an hour. I do that actually very often. We usually in a day I can go through a gallon easy. And then today I did it as well. I was probably up there for a good solid 2 hours today, if not longer. And yeah, it's just what I like to do.
All right, well, we'll check in with you tomorrow and as the days kind of unfold here, but it was a good day and looking good out there, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're here at the Dirt preparing for the 2022 Dirt Nitro Challenge. We're here with Spencer Rivkin, Adam Drake. Of course, we're talking a little engine stuff here today, and Adam talked to us about kind of getting on board here with Spencer Rivkin, supplying him the Drake style engine here, the 82 he's got in the car, and talk to us about, you know, kind of what's going to happen here in 2022.
Yeah, so for 2022, we're kind of taking it a step farther with Spencer. In the past, we've always done his service and break-in stuff on his previous engines. This year, he's going to run the 82 or possibly even Ronda Edition engines. It's same configuration, just different color and styling, but maybe we'll do kind of some special stuff throughout the year. But yeah, we're going to still do the normal break-in and service stuff, but we'll also be taking it a little bit farther and being on hand to assist him with all of his engine needs throughout the year.
So obviously Spencer's no stranger to the success in the 8-scale world. Obviously two-time national champion, PMB champion. You've won a lot of races with the vehicle, and you've always been good in the engine program. Obviously you got the king down in the pits helping you out, staying in tune. But talk to us about, you know, kind of getting this package in the car, Spencer, and what it's going to be like having even additional help with Adam and Ronda and everybody that can attend and help you in the pits.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been no joke. Everyone knows Adam Drake and Ronda and the crew that in the business that they've been able to establish in the hobby. I've known Adam for a long time. He's been doing a lot of engine work for me since he started the break-in process. I've always ran OS engines, and it was kind of a no-brainer for me to better my racing program, to maybe start the communication with Adam when he did his own motor and addition stuff. And I'm like, you know what? You know, if we can make this work, have this extra support package with me, it would only better my race program. And having him, you know, with him always being at the Cycle Nitro Blasts, the race time entertainment races, the DNCs, the Silver States, just to kind of bounce some ideas off of the engine stuff for performance reasons. I think it's just only going to make my racing better and make me more comfortable on the track, and that's really what it's all about.
So Adam, talk to us a little bit about kind of what you do. You know, you say you got the break-in process, but you know, going in with the 82 engine here that Spencer has in the car, talk to us about kind of what you did to prepare for this. You brought him in some stuff. It's obviously there's a pipe, there's a header, and talk to us about the whole combo. And Spencer went ahead and, you know, kind of fitted it with the clutch bell and getting it ready to throw in. But what did you do ahead of time? And what would you do, you know, for a typical customer in this situation?
Yeah, so we did just our normal EBIS break-in system, but we kind of took it a step farther just to speed up the process here at the track. Since we're here doing some testing with JConcepts, and I know Spencer's been talking with Richard and the guys at Associated, so we want to make sure that it's as efficient as possible. So Ronda and I prepared a couple engines. We came out, we ran them ourselves, put a little bit of fuel through them just to kind of get through that initial natural break-in process, so that the engines are still tight, but today we can pretty much go right to race tune, and he can still focus on making changes to tires and setup and things like that without having to kind of run the engine rich and you know, finish that natural break-in process.
All right, so thanks again, guys, and you know, congrats on this new deal. I'm looking forward to seeing the progress here at the events this year, specifically coming up, you know, our big stuff coming in February for Dirt Nitro Challenge. But again, congrats, and thanks for letting us know here what's going on, and we'll see you on the track.
Yeah, thank you. I'll just do that 8 fours and 2 laps, and then I'll put yellow wheels back on just so that
All right, Adam, we're here at the end of the day here at the Dirt, December 6th. Got a lot of running in today. I ran the track a little drier towards the end of the day, but it was a little wet when we started. So, you know, kind of walk us through a couple things and we can move on to another day.
Yeah, we gotta run the track in kind of like a whole range of conditions today. We started out flooding the track, started wet. We're on green compound, kind of went back and forth between reflex and stalker, just depending on how clean the track was. Typically when the track's a little bit fluffier, we preferred the stalker, and then once it gets clean, we would go the reflex. And then we kind of just let the track go dry the rest of the day, and it just kind of got more and more abrasive and times got a little bit quicker. From there, we switched to blue compound. We also tested a little bit with the aqua stuff. And then we ended the day testing with the blockers in blue. And then we did a few different configurations with inserts standard, inserts glued to the wheel, the bands glued to the sidewall. So it was a really, really good day. It was cool that we had the computer on today so we could get all the lap times and go back and forth. Spencer, Ronda, and myself all got to kind of run through a bunch of different stuff, and it was a good day.
All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
All right, Spencer, we're wrapping it up here at the Dirt, December 6th. We'd like to put a little timestamp on here because we've been doing so many different days, but talk to us about how today went and, you know, running the associated car, doing some work here and running with the new, the Drake engine, and talk to us about today.
Yeah, today was probably one of the best practice testing sessions I've ever experienced for nitro running. Been running a lot with the guys here. Well, last couple of days Ryan was here. Yesterday, today we were working a lot with Adam. We did a lot of tire testing today, with testing out a couple things with the compounds and tread patterns. Running my associated car, we're doing a little bit of tuning and testing with that. And it's nice to be able to do some one-on-one work with Adam with the new engine program I'm gonna be on for next year. It was really good. It was a much more of a calmer day with just me and him running, so the track was pretty consistent throughout the day, and just the tire testing made it a little bit easier for just coming in, changing the tires, and going back out, which made it a lot more simple. And yeah, it's pretty over good.
So, you know, one thing we got into with Adam is, you know, we did run some blocker tires today, and, you know, we let the track kind of stabilize. It was kind of on the dry side. And then we kind of went back to back to back. We, you know, had 3 different sets of tires mounted 3 different ways. And, you know, just talk to us about kind of doing things in that manner where if you want to make little changes, you got to do it back to back, and you got to do it with a similar combination, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to bring out the blockers. That was basically it's kind of funny. It was like the only set of tires we actually had 3 sets of. So we were testing a couple of different things per set of tires. And yeah, when you're doing that kind of testing, it's a much different feeling when you're going back to back to back, and then when you think that you're on something, and then when you finished your running and you reflect with the guys that were down doing the tire changing. So we kind of figured out some things that was surprising for us, which made it nice for us to know for the Nitro Challenge and maybe some use for other races. And that's the kind of things that makes it nice to come out here and do some running privately. And it's been good to do this California tour.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these things don't directly relate to the event that you're trying to build up to, because there's so many different conditions, there's so many different layout changes, but it's about learning and applying it to a different location where you also, where you can see that there's some consistency between being at one place and another, because a lot of these tracks, they might kind of mature over time where they get harder or they get abrasive or bumpy, and you can try these things and you can apply it maybe down the road.
Yeah, I mean, all of it is just keeping the information, using the experience that you gained, and using it for the playbook. That's what we call it at Associated, kind of when we go in a track, different tracks, is learning what we were able to experience at the previous event and use it for our advantage at the next event.
All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Another good day today, and we'll wrap it up here, and then we'll be out tomorrow. And then, of course, we're building up towards, we got a little club race going on Wednesday out here. Track conditions will be a little different because we'll run at night. So, but we're building up here, and we'll get the club race, and then we're gonna go head south and do more electric racing. Couldn't get any more different than being here and going and running 10 scale, but that's the goal and that's the challenge here. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Rhonda, we are finishing up the day of practice here. We finished under the lights. The track was wet and watered, and a little different experience than we had the day before. Talk to us about how you finished up and how the stuff felt today.
It was really good. I ran a bunch. I like it. I can transition to either wet track, dry track. I tend to like more of a dry track, but when they watered, the traction was really good. I was on stalkers, and I don't know, I go up there and run forever and just make adjustments. We did try somebody else's wing, and that kind of was a big change for me, and I want to spend more time with that wing, but I'm a creature of habit, so I kind of keep everything the same.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, and that would be something that I would do as well. I don't know the reason for that, but I kind of like to keep things very similar. I try not, if I'm feeling okay with the vehicle, I like to get track time, and I like to kind of dial in my driving, or feel like I'm dialing in my driving. And it seems like you go out there for very long stints, you'll run 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes, no problem. Adam pits you and go in and out, and you try little things, but mostly just work on the driving and lines, right?
Correct. Yeah, I just try to improve my lines and everything. You know when you need more traction, so then you can adjust it from there, or the ride height, obviously the compounds of the tires and everything else like that. But you just kind of know what you like and stuff. And sometimes you're way off, so then you got to really reach for a good setup and all that. But overall, my stuff's really good.
So going from the dry track to the wet track, what do you do tire-wise there? Do you change pattern or compound, or what do you like to traditionally do?
Usually the compound. Usually I'm on green. Sometimes we'll try aqua and some different stuff. But normally I'm a reflex, but on the dirt at Perris here, I'm on stalkers. So when it's wet, the green, and then when it's dry, an aqua.
Okay, that's perfect. And we'll look forward to seeing you the next day. And thanks for joining us out here on the trip, and it's been fun.
All right, thank you.
All right, Adam, we're out here at the dirt, of course. Now we're at night, getting a little opportunity to run with a little wet track. And how did today go? We ran the second shift out here, so talk to us about how this other day went.
Yeah, we started the day a little bit later today. We wanted to kind of run at night, a little colder, more damp conditions, kind of to simulate more the main event for DNC. And we started the day kind of where we left off yesterday, just to kind of make sure how the track felt and things like that, because there was a little bit of rain this morning. And then after we did our initial running, we watered the track pretty heavily, and then started on green stalkers. And then we also had some new stuff to test that was really exciting. Both Spencer and I were really happy with that. And yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up here at the end of the day. And it was overall a good day though.
All right, we'll see you out there tomorrow. We got Joey coming out tomorrow. He's going to get set up for the club race here. And we're going to be able to run a little bit, and it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be good. Ryan's coming back, and the club race tomorrow night should be a lot of fun. I'm going to come hang out for a little bit. I don't know that I'll be able to stay and do the race because I'm leaving to Washington Thursday morning. But yeah, it should be a good day, and hopefully everyone can make it out.
All right, we'll see you there.
Thanks.
All right, Spencer, we got a little night running here today at the dirt here in December 7th now. And today we took a little more of a late schedule. We got out here and talk to us about what we did today, and just kind of what we accomplished, and what's it like to run at night and with a wet track.
Well, obviously with the kind of traditional running that we do, DNC is really the only night racing that we get to race on. So it's always challenging for us guys to come out here and run, and be able to come out today, do a little bit midday into the night shift of running is really awesome. Just to be able to just focus on your car a little bit more one-on-one, adjust to with the lights on, and then really tune the shocks in the car accordingly to the conditions for the weather. It was good. And then I got to work more with the guys at JConcepts here. We had some new test stuff, new tires that were a very good option. Learned a lot with that. So I would say it was a pretty successful day. Adam's been here running with us too, so it's been really nice to kind of bounce some ideas and see how the two comments between him and I were with the new tires. So overall, it was good. Looking forward to tomorrow's Wednesday night club racing, and yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you out there tomorrow. A little bit of a late shift again tomorrow when we get out here, and Joey's going to get the track watered up for us, and now we're going to sign up some guys and see what we got for a club race.
Yeah, buddy.
window in the fourth spot. Chasing the fifth spot. Ripken with the 41, Westergaard with the 43, Ryan Reese with the 45. Travis jumped up with Ridgely at a 7.5.52.
Put fuel in it! Put fuel in it! Yeah! Okay.
15-minute, 8-minute, here we go. Turn muscles on your toes. Here comes Maifield. Through the triple, center of the track. Through the guy, let's see. Go Westergaard. Greg McLaughlin leads things out in the intermediate class. Alan Bowen in second, Oscar Lopez taking the fourth spot, Ryan Reese top 5. Westergaard in the pro class. You'll lead the final Nelson, Maifield, Ripken, and LaRose. .245 down, 12:25 on the master clock. It's Westergaard, Nelson, Ripken, Maifield, LaRose. McLaughlin leading out the intermediate class with Ryan Reese in second by 1.3. Lopez in third by 1.3. That's a good battle. Here they come. McLaughlin, Reese, Lopez. Here they come. McLaughlin over the south, trying to get by. It's McLaughlin, Reese. Down the first step. That's Allison lead, Lopez in third. Here comes this McLaughlin got the number one spot. Ryan Reese in second. Lopez in third. 13 seconds, drivers. That is time. When you cross the line, you will be done. Can McLaughlin hold on to it? He's missing a front wheel. Man, Reese all over him trying to make the pass. Reese gets by him. Can Reese hold on to it without crashing? Here we go. Down the wire. Let's see if we got a little bit more spot. Reese, McLaughlin, at the line. McLaughlin with second. Look at the lead with Spencer Rivkin.
Spencer, so kind of stepping back for a second, on Wednesday we were still off the dirt. We did some A-scale club racing at night, which was kind of different. So tell us about how your night went.
Yeah, well, obviously we were kind of leading up through the California Tour. The Wednesday night club race was kind of the grand finale for us for racing Nitro. It was an incredible time racing underneath the lights, something that we really don't traditionally do on a regular basis. We had 60 entries there at the dirt. Ryan and I and Adam were there. Adam didn't end up racing. He actually had to leave for a different event that next morning. The track was awesome. It was a good learning experience. We did a lot of tire testing. Richard Saxon came out and did a little help with me for the 8-scale stuff. And it was cool to see all the locals, have some fun, answer some questions, and race it out in the main. Ryan ended up TQing. I ended up getting the win in the main. We had a pretty bizarre start. I'm sure you guys will see in the vlog. It was crazy. It's definitely something that I wouldn't say I was very proud of, but ended up making it happen in the main, and my car stayed together, and the car was pretty good, and the tires were awesome.
Perfect. So yeah, Wednesday night ended up being pretty good for you after all that, and then now we're transitioning to 10-scale racing. We're at SDRC Raceway for the Top Gun Shootout. How's practice going? What do you think of the track?
Yeah, so when we got here Thursday morning, the track opened at 11. We got here right when the doors opened. I had to get my 10-scale stuff out of my Home Depot box because I shipped it here. I took too much 8-scale stuff. Got my 10-scale stuff kind of situated here in the pits on Thursday. I ran both my cars like 2 or 3 times. The layout here is pretty awesome. The guy, Sean here, does an amazing job with their track. You know, and his crew that he has here. We're running the Team Associated cars, the JConcepts Smoothie 2s, hanging out with the 10-scale crew guys, and having some fun.
Sweet. Well, we'll catch up after some qualifying, but have fun for us to practice.
Yeah, thank you.
SDRC Raceway, but kind of before we get into the 10-scale stuff, we'll kind of rewind to 8-scale on Wednesday. We had the club race at the dirt. It was a nighttime race, which is kind of different. Tell us about that for you.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a long day for me. Drove the family in, dropped them off in San Diego, and then hauled ass down to Perris and did a little practicing before we started club racing, and yeah, things were going good. I TQ'd both rounds of, I won both rounds of qualifying. Car was working good. We were running through some new tire stuff, running through our current tire stuff, like green reflex, green stalker, blue stalker. So just kind of seeing what that track liked tonight. Feel like we learned some things. Yeah, the main event didn't go well for me. Just like I said, long day in the main. I was bad in the main, but so now we're here at SDRC. Came here yesterday after that club race and did some practicing. You know, switched gears from huge A-scale track. You know, you're fully pinned, using throwing rooster tails and hitting huge jumps to slick tire 10-scale racing on a small track. So, but yeah, so far so good. The JConcepts Smoothie 2s are working really well. Just mounting them up, throwing them on the car, and they go really good. So The SDRC track, the layout's fun. There's actually a pretty damn big triple out there, which is actually works pretty well. A lot of the times in 10 scale, big ass jump like that doesn't work all that good. This one seems to work pretty good. So yeah, just kind of gluing up some more tires, trying to get everything kind of scuffed and broken in for racing that starts tomorrow. And yeah, so far so good.
All right, cool. Well, we'll check in a little bit after we get through some racing tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Spencer, Austin, Tom, Maifield, Hannah, Justin, Austin. Aspen will turn open tool drive buggy on the track. TQK Smith Drive, 80 at 18.507. We'll give you guys a clear. Two happens. Spencer Rivkin, early leader, 19.512. Looks like Ryan Maifield from 2 spot, 18.5 left, after second back.
All right, Spencer, so you just TQ'd round 1 of two-wheel drive buggy. What are your initial thoughts on that? You're battling with Aiden there for your in that race.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the first time where we actually just got the clock on and just wanted us to drive and see kind of where everything would line up. My car was actually, I would say it wasn't the best it felt, but I thought when I backed it down it was pretty manageable. And Aiden started in front of me, so I had a little bit of an extra reference to see how fast we really needed to go. So my car ended up being really good at the end of the race, and the B6.3 was pretty awesome to drive at the end. My tires were working really good. The track's kind of a little different than it's been. It's going through a little bit of the transition period, so we'll kind of see how the track changes and kind of drive accordingly.
All right, awesome. Good luck to you in round 2.
Yeah.
Aiden Horn picking it up. Spencer down to the 3. Ryan Maifield 4. Big mix up here. Aiden Horn takes over the lead. 19.511. Cavallari 19.512. Maifield 19.513. Top 3 on TQ bases. Shootout's going to go for Aiden by the line. Rivkin right behind him on the track. 1.9 back on the clock. Cavallari 7/10 back to leader in the 2 spot. Rivkin 1.1 back to the cab. Maifield into the 4. Top 2 on TQ bases.
All right, Ryan, so we just finished round 2 of two-wheel drive buggy, and you took the TQ after kind of a wild race there. Tell us your initial thoughts on it.
Yeah, it was started out a little slow for me, just kind of getting in a rhythm. The track was a little more grippy that run, so I made some changes to my car from round 1 to round 2, and just kind of getting the feel of it. And yeah, I think I was running like 3rd or 4th basically the whole race. I made a couple small bobbles, nothing too crazy, but kind of, you know, a second I think overall I lost. And then yeah, I just kind of tried picking up the pace a little bit and trust the car a little more, and it let me. And also people kind of had some chaotic racing going on out there and a lot of carnage, so I just kind of managed that stuff pretty well, got through a lot of that craziness, and yeah, I ended up getting the TQ. So yeah, the car was okay. Got a little lucky with some people having problems, but that's racing sometimes. And yeah, then we'll just try to apply some of that stuff I learned two-wheel drive to my four-wheel drive car and see how that goes.
All right, cool. Well, good luck to this round.
Maifield drops out of the second spot. Palm down to 2 by 2 seconds. Rivkin Mountain. Maifield 2 tenths back to Palm, 1 tenth back to Evan, and 6 tenths back to Matthew. Very tight race, 1 minute 10 to go 1. Now a little new spot out of 503. Maifield in the lead, 502 to a 503. Palm 503 and Matthew 505. 10 seconds remaining here in race number 30. That is Common Block Riders racing complete here in St. Paul. Rivkin and Maifield on form. Knowledge. Spencer, ball at the race. Ryan Maifield taking the win by 2 tenths.
So it's finally main day, and the California Tour is coming to an end, and you ended up being overall TQ and 2-wheel drive. And so tell us about that. How are you feeling going into your main today?
Yeah, it's been a great couple of weeks of running. Was able to finish strong yesterday in both 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive qualifiers. Was able to get the overall TQ and 2-wheel drive. Basically, photo finish in the last 4-wheel drive race with Ryan and I. And for the overall TQ, he ended up beating me by 2 tenths. It was a solid drive from him. Did the best I could. I made a small mistake on the triple, but I'll take it. Yeah, today's main events starting. Race 16 is our first 2-wheel drive race, and then we kind of trickle down throughout the event day for the rest of the races. And I'm feeling pretty good. I ran both my vehicles this morning, and my 2-wheel drive felt unbelievable. My 4-wheel drive felt really good, and just kind of see how the races lie.
All right, that sounds good. And just in case we don't catch up later too much, what's going to be the next race for you after this?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as the rest of the year, I'm basically done as far as event-wise, but there's still a lot of preparation stuff that I'm going to be doing the next couple of weeks to finish out the year. The first actual race you guys will probably see me at is the SDRC Midwest Championships. I think Hannah and some of the other JConcepts Tour guys are going to be going. I always love going to that race. It's a big facility. The track's big, and I seem to do pretty well there, and it's always fun.
All right, cool. Well, good luck in the race, and hopefully we'll see you later. It's main day here at the Tots Race Shootout, and how are you feeling going into your A mains today?
Yeah, qualifying went pretty well yesterday. Ended up TQing 4-wheel drive and start 3rd in 2-wheel drive. So yeah, just went through both cars a little bit last night before we left and made a couple adjustments and ran them in practice this morning before we got going, and the cars felt pretty good. So just have to kind of reset here and go into the mains and kind of see what happens, but yeah, it should go smooth.
Okay, awesome. And just in case we don't see you again later today, what's your next race?
I think my next race is the SIC A-scale race in Alabama. Maybe something, do some local racing or driving at home at some of the A-scale tracks. So yeah, always doing something.
All right, cool. Well, good luck to you in the mains today.
Rivkin and TQ, Adam Knowles into a Maifield with top 3, now red line. And more running on 5. Race first lap for these guys. No one makes one yet. Rivkin, Gonzalez, Maifield, Cavallari, Horn, no changes here, top 5. Cavallari makes a take over the Horn versus the field. Now comes back in 7. Maifield is trying to find there. Matthews all held it. Rivkin trying to roll on Spencer. Rivkin, Gonzalez, 8 tenths a second over your third place driver, Horn. Maifield in the 4, Hannah to the 5. Rivkin, top 3 pocket Rivkin and Gonzalez. A little bit of breathing here from Maifield and Cavallari. Seconds, we'll see if they can hold on to that lead. Rivkin off the line, firing. That is 7 o'clock race to the line. Rivkin going to be on a victory lap. Maifield top of the line for the two-way. Gonzalez putting the ball forward, and Davies now to round out your top 5 in this one. That's right, guys. That's right. Oh, Matt Gonzalez getting the worst time first lap, going all the way back. Maifield, Rivkin, Horner. We're not leading away. Now top 2 for tonight, down, ball, Renee, Spencer, Rivkin, Evans, Gonzalez, looks like Maifield making a mistake on that triple. That's moving Spencer to the lead. Spencer now your leader up on the left side triple down to the straightaway. Second right behind him on the straightaway. Lose and then second this time, guys. Maifield put it down. Put the pressure on going outside. Maifield makes a mistake. Maifield to the lead now. Great count there for Maifield, up on the left side triple. Here they come through traffic, thank you very much, Matthew. Cross on triple, Peters gets through there clean. Everything's off the line, Maifield on the victory lap. What we done. Brandon neck is taking 3 spots to the ball in the last lap. When he crossed the line, what we done. That is the race. And they're off. We got Rivkin, Gonzalez, Maifield, Cavallari, and Horner top 5. Battling outside on 4, nothing there yet. 5-minute race here, 8-2. Matthew making a mistake and they drop down to the bottom spot. Maifield, Cavallari, Horn, Gonzalez, Gata. Now Evans. And Maifield both on their last lap. With time expired, everybody races in line. Rivkin just has 2 more left. There it is. Spencer Rivkin taking the win. Maifield at 2. Horner at 3, Cavallari 4 for the next 5. Great job, guys. Hold on. Get back on the third marshal. Race number 27.
Alright, Spencer, so you just wrapped up A2 with 2-wheel drive modified buggy, and for you that is the win, so tell us any concluding thoughts on that race.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be very easy at all. I knew Matty G was going to give me everything he had. He had a little bit of an early bobble that got Ryan and some of the other guys to get by. My car actually felt not quite as comfortable as it did in A1. I don't know if just because A2 is a little more tension and more pressure just to kind of seal the deal. But ended up having my best run of the weekend. No mistakes, no bobbles. I think my consistency was probably a 99. Ryan drove a hell of a race, and I'm glad I don't have to race A3, but no, it was good. I've been making some small tweaks to the car all weekend. I've definitely been running a little bit something different on setup than I traditionally run, so I'm glad to see that stuff's been working. The track's been changing every hour on the hour as far as traction goes. I ran my 1 set of Smoothie 2s all weekend long, and it's been pretty awesome, so I can't really complain.
Awesome. All right, well, good luck in your 4-wheel drive class.
Yep.
And they're off. Maifield, Rivkin, Horn, Gonzalez getting away from the group as they are taking the Cavallari to the field. Why did you sponsor in the 5? That's long stop.
Sound of the tone. And Maifield, Raceway looking inside very early. Warren Gonzalez, Internet. Maifield, Raceway, Warren Gonzalez, Internet.
There's a little bit of a gap between him and Spencer Rivkin there. And right behind him is Matty Jr. Maifield breaking away.
Looking out here. Spencer Rivkin into 81-3, back to solid 4.
Defending for Cavallari.
Matty Perris by the bike. Not there to capitalize. On the left side of the track to go. Your leader down the straight. Ryan Maifield. Spencer 13 seconds to go. Look at Michael one more.
Okay guys, so we finally have wrapped up the Top Gun Shootout. It was a pretty successful event, I would say. So tell us about the mains and your final thoughts.
Go first. Want me to go first? Oh, a lot of pressure here. Yeah, I thought the mains actually went pretty successful for us. The JConcepts crew did an amazing job keeping the pressure on against each other. Ryan and I both finished first place in each of our classes that we TQ'd. I had a good set of two-wheel drive mains, won the first two. Ryan ended up winning the third main for his, and you go for your four-wheel drive race?
Yeah, TQ'd four-wheel. I actually kind of changed up the plan a little bit based off what other guys were doing. Everybody kind of ran older tires. I ran some newer tires today. The Smoothie 2s earlier in practice were a little better for me when they were worn in, but once the track kind of gripped up, I liked them a little fresher, so kind of went down that path. And four-wheel drive started off good. Won A1, a lot of pressure from this guy. Had a good battle, got through the chaos of the traffic. And then A2, yeah, I was leading out, just made a mistake. And Aiden and Spencer had a little battle going on, and I got back in a second, and I crashed again. It was just bad for me. So in A3, I made a couple changes to the car, and it felt really good. Just led the whole thing. Felt awesome. This guy was keeping me honest, and then I made a dumb bobble right where we're standing right here. I'm looking at the track. I got no idea why the hell that happened, but it happened. Spencer got by and got the win in A3, but I was close enough to him to finish second and get the tiebreaker for the overall win. So, yeah, good weekend. We had a long week of 8-scale and 10-scale. A lot of hours put in, a lot of driving the real car for me. This guy probably had a little more time behind the steering wheel of an RC car than I did. He stayed out here, but yeah, it was a great week.
Yeah, I think the California tour that we did, The JConcepts crew did a good job of staying active out there, racing, had some fun at these events. He got the big win at the Toys for Tots race.
That's right, we're even.
Yeah, I got the win at the dirt track, the club race that we went to, and he got a win here, and I got a win, so I guess we might have to do some sort of hooligans race. But
well, you tried today.
Yeah, no, I did do a hooligans race last, but yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vlog, and stay tuned.
See you soon.